What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus. And we're here today with two people at the Moncton Regionals. We're here with second place Josh Kirby as well as 8th place JT here. What did you guys play today?
We stuck with the good deck, some Dragonland.
Any shout-outs you guys want to give together?
I'll start. Shout-outs to my guy JT. He played this deck with me. He played a lot of hours with this. Yeah, he had faith in me in this deck, so it was pretty great to build a deck with him and play it for regionals and both top. And shout out to all the other Halifax boys and to my girlfriend.
Shout out to my wife and kids, and shout out to this guy for tolerating me and playing Heroes last regionals, even though we scrubbed out hard. But this time I had to play whatever he wanted, so that's how I ended up on this.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Well, congratulations to both of you for both topping. And before we dive in, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and well, let's dive in.
All right, so we played our starters, maxed out on all the good ones. We played a clean 40 list. We didn't go above it, so we played that. We played the black medals. We played both of the red eyes targets. This guy is actually like just a very solid extender. It lets you kind of like get cards on the board before like you summon your Bestials and stuff too. So if you have Lubellian access, like this card actually lets you play into things like Nib a lot better, and it obviously makes your black metal do a lot more.
There was actually a couple matchups where I just wanted to side in one talents and that was it, going first, but I didn't want to change any of the rest of my engine, so I just sided out Gamma and kept in Driver to dump off this guy.
Interesting. That's interesting. That's how
I leave my Gamma in because that guy's loyal to me, but
this
yeah,
man, Shifter, someone activated Shifter, he Gammas it, bro. Like, built different.
Freakish. Anyways, continuing on, we got the Bestials. They're still the core of the deck. We play 3 of these ones. Again, we want to see Lubellian. We're not going to play less of this. That's not smart. We're going to play one of each of these guys. A lot of people don't play this one, but I wanted to play one more Bestial. And this card is really good going first versus like decks like Unchained and Pearly, especially if you get like hand trapped and stuff. Like Seal plus this can put a lot of pressure on them and stuff. Unchained has a really hard time playing into this card, which is another thing. Like Druis is obviously the better one when you're going second, trying to break their board, but wanted to have that to search. And it was another Bestial. For Rockets, we played 2 Tracer. We went with 2 Recharger. I used to never really do this and only ever play 1, but like it does feel really clean, like always having a level 4 to be able to summon like a non-tuner to summon off Tracer all the time. Like I've seen this in other deck profiles and started trying it, and it actually does feel really good. So I think it's an improvement on
and
the deck.
you cut the caliper I see.
Yeah.
Caliber's terrible.
You just there's rare scenarios where you want the tuner, but this one comes up a lot more. So moving on, we have this guy as well, so that's the last rocket thing.
Off there, but we're going to be starting back up with the Absolute here. So we were saying,
yeah, so sorry, the last couple that we have here is we have white, black, Levy, or Chaos Dragons, and that's it for the dragon package there, nothing else. We played a small hand trap lineup. We played mostly just engine in this deck, except for like the critical cards, so like Nib, Ash. And then we did play this for the Meteor. The Meteor thing, like I said, it really does make your black metals just like a really good normal summon. Like you get so much value off this black metal now, so I thought it was worth playing. Gamma came up, I hit a Shifter, it felt great. Then we're on to spells, 3 quick launch, space, regained, and your 2 field spells.
how do you feel about Chaos Space being at 1? Like, do you think it's an impactful hit to the deck, or do you think
it's definitely impactful. Like the deck's not dead, obviously, but it makes a clear difference. Like
your good hands, like see a lot of the games you lost to this deck were decks, like, things where you got like, I don't know, some
like floodgated, like Droll
or Droll and stuff. So like you're not losing those games anymore. But like the other engine cards are just still good enough that like you're just. Yeah, as long as you have the starters, you're able to still do a lot of the same plays.
That's very
You can still
fair.
end on your Seal, Savage, Borland, plus on like tons of boards. We didn't play Beast as well. We just played the Regained. Beast isn't super impactful right now. It's not great versus Unchained. It's a brick. We just want to play 40 cards.
we just want to search Regained every time. Like
Yeah, and you're always going for Regained. There's never
Regained's just
a scenario to go for Beast unless you already have it or something. Moving on though, we have the extra deck. So we played Striker, Pisty for Link 1s, Link 2s. We played Romulus. We played 2 Seal. Dark, IP, that's all for the Link 2s.
So two seals, that's a little bit different, right?
Yeah, some people play it, some people don't. I find I really like having it because like anytime you go past turn 1, the second one can come up, and a lot of times I like to combo with Seal on my board anyways, like making Seals earlier just so that Nib isn't as impactful because everyone's playing that card right now. So the second one I found does come up. But
there's random hands too where you're like playing with just Bestials and you make a Seal first and then tribute over the Seal. for summoning another bestial, and that gets you like a black metal or a rocket or something.
Okay.
Access
Yeah,
to a
and
piece
it
you
gets you
didn't
to
have
safer
before.
too. And like getting
Yeah, it gets
safer
you to
access
safer.
that way is like it comes up like a lot of times if you have like quick launch plus Bistials and you have ways to do it without your normal summon. Sometimes you'll tribute summon. Yeah, it does come up. Aside from that, for Link 3s, we play that guy, of course. Unicorn, access code, nothing special there. We did play the Borland and the Underworld for the Link 5. This is mostly just for the Pearly matchup. In the mirror match, it can come up too, because this card's actually kind of hard to out in the mirror match. Like, the only real out to it is Seal, and if they just hold this for Seal, it's like really tough to out if you don't play that. So, we had the space, we played it. Then we just played Savage, Baron, Dissipator for Synchros.
And so
pretty standard stuff.
You're not
there.
playing Chaos Angel or the the rank 6.
Atum. No. We're not playing the Atum.
It just requires a lot of investment, and the biggest thing with it too is that like one of your most common bestials is Sarnir, and if you use it to make Atum, you don't get the value off of Sarnir. So
That makes sense.
Yeah, I just find there's not a lot of times where you need 2 Bistials to do that. Exactly, like kind of what he was saying there. And also, Chaos Angel just doesn't really come up. It's just, it's kind of fake.
like you have Barone to use for level 10 removal.
Yeah, exactly. Like all your other cards remove cards. You don't need it. Side deck, we kind of took a different, not different approach. We just played this for the Unchained mirror match here. Or the mirror match, for the Unchained match and for the mirror match. This card's really strong in the mirror match, of course, especially like paired with like Drolls and Nibs and all the Bistials. So gives you a good mirror match, gives you a really good matchup versus Unchained to draw this plus Bistials. Plus, if you just draw a hand of really good engine into Unchained, you can like crack their board a lot with this. If
also
you
a
set
dragon,
your
too,
stuff
so, like-
correctly.
Yeah, you can search it off Magnum, which is great.
Droll just does hit a lot of decks that like our main hand traps don't really cover as much, and it hits a lot of the decks really hard that it hits, so I think it's really like you have to play it. Then we kind of played, this is mostly to have a Pearly side, so this deck has a really hard time going second into Pearly, and the hand traps aren't great. So what we kind of did is we went with something like this. So this gives you a lot of 1-card ways to just beat Pearly, and they all pair really well with each other. So if you draw like any of these together, they all break the Pearly board and get you stuff to be able to kill them. Like Thrust can get you Chaos Space, it can get you Talents, like it gets you more engine to be able to kill them after you out the Noir, which I think is really important. I think it's like one of the best ways to try to beat Pearly going second. Like they're never not drawing off Noir in their standby phase, so you're always gonna have this live, this is always gonna be live. And it just pairs really well, especially when they have the field spell. And my friend, then they're going to use effects in the main phase once you tribute it off, so then you can get this card and draw cards. And then just the Duster just to have a better side pattern into Labyrinth.
That's fair. You don't have any I see like it's a heavy here, like the purely thing. You don't have any like cosmics in there. Did you find like any like Labyrinth matchups if you weren't going to be, let's say?
So Labyrinth is a matchup that's really good if you go first. So you're never losing that deck if you go first. And then going second into, I guess the only way they could beat you is if they just Bistial plus like Nib the shit out of you or something like that. But like it's very rare that you lose to that matchup going first. Going second, you have this, plus you have these cards, you have Ashes, and you have, you can't play a perfect amount of non-engine for everything, so we played some pretty high impact stuff that you could still get there.
Your engine requirements are so dense that you can't you can't afford to play a 1-for-1 spell trap removal card.
That's fair.
That's just not something that this deck can support.
Yeah, I agree with that too. So this is kind of the approach we went with there. We didn't decide anything really for going first in any matchups either. We just decided that our engine was going to be good enough to get there. And yeah, that's the list.
Well, that makes sense. Congratulations on second as well as 8th place, and obviously they worked for you guys.
Shout out Deadly B7.